Greetings, tubers. It's Miscellaneous Monday, except it's really Tuesday. I meant to do this video last night, but I wasn't feeling well, so I didn't. So I wanted to do it anyway, and I like the title Miscellaneous Monday, so I'm going to stick with it. Okay, so all the miscellaneous things I was going to cover. First of all, thank you so much to all the subscribers. I'm still a little mystified why you would want to watch me. Thank you for the wonderful comments. I really appreciate it. I learn a lot from everyone's videos, and knowing that anyone is learning from mine, or if you have tips to pass along, you know, or you just want to say hi, awesome. I do really appreciate it. I love watching all of your videos. If you're subscribed to me and I'm not subscribed to you and you have videos, please let me know. I do want to see them, and I keep trying to make sure I'm on top of subscribing to people. I don't subscribe if you don't have videos yet. So if you decide to start doing videos, let me know. I would love to subscribe. Okay, so the thing is, this is week 7 post-surgery, and I'm still at home. I'm not working yet. I thought I would be cleared to do so after my doc appointment yesterday, but no. She's still concerned about the issues I'm having. Yeah, I am still really, really tired. But, you know, we can explain that a couple of different ways. But in addition to that, I've had dizziness. I've had memory issues. I've had problem with my speech, which it's okay right now, thank God, more or less. We'll see if I get through this video. But I was doing things like switching words around, you know, like dyslexia, the tongue, tonguelexia, I don't know what you would call it, Yoda speak, okay? Like it, not me. You know, it's perplexing when I try to say something and it comes out completely backwards. And also is the searching for the word problem, where there's that perfect word, and it's not even have to be a complicated 5-syllable word. Sometimes it's 1 or 2 syllables and I can't come up with the word. I know what I want to say, but it doesn't come out. Very frustrating, very, very frustrating. And when I've had these issues before, it has been when I'm extremely fatigued and or have some sort of cognitive functioning problem that I do try have been taking care of normally with AD, well, and I have ADD as well. I have an ADD med that I have been taking, and it has been working great for the last couple of years. However, when I went through the different surgeries, there was no form of that that could be crushed, because it's extended release, and there's no other way that I could take it. It's not chewable for sure. I tried crushing it, even though my doc told me not to, because it would mess up the extended release thing. And oh my God, it tastes like strychnine. So anyway, we decided just to go off it and see how it would go. And so I went off it. Didn't notice a whole lot of difference at first, but then I had all the surgery going on and everything else, and I just attributed everything to the surgery. But now, this far out, I think that, yeah, I'm having problems with the concentration, with the memory, with the tongue twisting and all that kind of thing. So I've been asking to go back on it. However, the med is a stimulant. It's not Adderall. It's actually Strattera. In case anybody out there is taking Strattera, I would love to hear from you. But it has, I guess, an addictive quality to it, and it's a stimulant. And so my doc is really trying to keep me off of it, if at all possible. And she's hoping that the thyroid and the exercise and the diet and everything else will be the cure-all and answer to all my problems. We'll see. I hope so, because I would just as soon not being on any extra medications too. That'd be wonderful. Okay. So yeah, I'm not back at work. The doc wants me out until at least October 1st. She had said middle of October, so this is an improvement. But I guess I'm really kind of scaring her. I definitely scared her when I had this severe bacterial infection, to be sure. And then my jawbone was, really whacked out. And that is in another video or two. And she's kind of remained a little scared ever since, I think. She really wants to keep me healthy, and I love her for it. And she's a brilliant doctor. I'm trying to pay attention to her. I am getting worried, though, about not being at work. But I'm in contact with my boss. I hope that we have it all resolved. Disability, short-term disability. My leave did get extended to October 1st. However, on my private insurance with Aetna, through my work, they have decided that it would be without pay starting last week, which is the last week of which they thought I should have been recovered by. That's nice. I thought so too. It didn't work. However, the state, I believe, is keeping me on disability, and that's the bulk of my pay. So financially, it's going to impact me a little bit, but hopefully not too much. Despite all this, I really want to be back at work. I would love to be back. I'd love to be useful again. It kind of scares me to be out this long, to be honest. So, looking forward to getting back. Okay, this month, I had several goals for September, and I'm happy to report I'm meeting nearly all of them. I'm getting a lot more exercise, to be sure. I'm making the 2 times a week minimum walking and swimming. Having a little more trouble with the biking, the cycling. A little fear of the bike, which I explained once before, was due to a bad fall I had a couple of years ago. So I'm trying to be a little more fit and a little less unwieldy, a little more nimble, to get back on that bike with the pedals where you clip in the shoes too, and it's hard to clip out if you suddenly go over. So you just see yourself going over, and you can't stop, you can't put your foot down half the time because it happens too fast. So yeah, I'm a little nervous about that. I think that's why I haven't been real motivated doing it. Plus, it's been so damn hot here. At least with walking, I can go somewhere where it's air conditioned and walk lots of laps around Costco or something. And with pool, yippee, who cares if it's hot? You're in the pool. All right. Plus, I tend to swim at night. Biking, I don't have lights on my bike. Maybe that's the solution, so I don't have that excuse. It's dark. So maybe I need to do that. Or just not be so scared. Or do it real early in the morning. Maybe. But the walking's going really well. I'm actually doing that almost every day, not just twice a week. So, and I got 2 miles in a day, which was finally a milestone for me to up it to 2. That was great. So all of that's going well. I'm journaling my exercise and my food. So that was another thing that I'd set a goal for. I have been going to therapy sessions with a talk therapist, psychologist, PhD, to talk over food issues. Although honestly, I'm not really in the present moment having food issues. I know I'm going to at some point, and so this morning I talked to her and I just said, I want to hold off until I really get to that point, because otherwise I think we're just kind of exchanging a lot of pleasantries at the moment and talking theoretically. But I do want to keep in touch and know that that's something I do want to take up again in the future. Okay, let's see. What else do I want to talk about? Water, having a little bit of problem with water, getting it down. I never used to, still having a little problem this last week, 2 weeks. But I squeezed some fresh orange, just, literally squeeze it with my hand rather than the juicer, some orange juice into the water, and that made all the difference. So I'm back to liking it again. Yay! Caffeine, because, all of the fatigue I've been having, I thought, let's just try caffeine. Maybe there's just a simple reason for this. I've been caffeine free for 10 months now. So it's something I did well before the surgery. And I honestly, before that, I was only having about 2 ounces of Diet Coke a day. Seriously, a 12-ounce bottle lasted me all week. But that was just enough to give me a little kickstart and get through the day and stay awake for my afternoon/evening job that I have. I just have such a hard time getting through the afternoon. And in anticipation of getting back to work, I thought I've got to figure out a way to stay awake. So I tried some coffee, a tiny little bit, brewed some, actually dusted out, cleaned out my coffee maker that has been up on the shelf for over 2 years. Cleaned that out, used some of the coffee in with my protein shake over ice. And chocolate protein shake, I was hoping for a mocha effect. Not really. I added some extra chocolate syrup to see if that would make a difference. Not really. Tried some xylitol, which I love as a sweetener, as I said. Still, nah. Added some milk. That didn't help. In fact, that made me feel worse because lactose intolerant. I discovered again this week I'm back to being lactose intolerant. So caffeine was just not a thing. Just didn't work for me. Well, at least not for coffee. I then broke down yesterday, went through McDonald's, got a Diet Coke. It was a hot day, and so I thought, I'll just try a little bit of iced Diet Coke and see what happens. Had maybe an ounce of that. Did not go well either. It kind of burned on the way down. And honestly, it just doesn't do it for me anymore. When you've not had it for a long time, and that was the last caffeine I had last November, December, somewhere in there is when I gave it up because I just didn't want it anymore. I'm really trying to be as clean as possible in my eating, anything that goes in my body. And right now, the only processed anything that's going into my body is protein shake, except for those very brief forays into coffee and Diet Coke. I did consider protein bars to get some extra protein in because I'm having a little trouble with that, getting that just all naturally. But not, protein bars are too close to being like candy for me. And yeah, I know that there are some that have high protein amounts, and I could use some fiber, but usually the fiber content isn't enough. I do better with Miralax and chia seeds and flaxseed, although it's still pretty horrible, not doing so well for me in that respect. They don't taste horrible, they're fine in a shake or with water or whatever, but it's not working. But that's another video. So I'm hoping that the thyroid medicine works so I don't have to worry about the caffeine issue, because I'm in kind of a dilemma about that. I think that's basically what I was going to say today. My husband continues to look at me virtually every day and say, oh my gosh, you're just looking hotter every day. Just, and so I joke, because I don't take compliments too well. Yeah, you're right, honey, it's really hot today. It's 90 again. And so he gets a little miffed, and he's like, no, you're hot. Really, you are. And I've said before, this is not a man who just gives compliments lightly, nor is it a man who notices hardly anything about physical appearance about anybody at all. Cars, yeah, he knows immediately what is driving, and if he just happened to see a car, or the day before he saw a car that interested him, he could still describe it in detail. Does he know when his wife colors her hair and cuts it or gets a new outfit? Nah, never, ever. I have to finally, sometimes, one time I went, I think it was a whole week before I broke down and told him that my hair was significantly shorter and a completely different color before he looked back and said, oh, yeah, you're right. So for him to notice anything about my physical appearance is really pretty cool, pretty amazing. And he's not someone who just compliments lightly. He just is not. So I guess he means it, and I guess I should learn how to take this. So, yay. So that's way more, as always, than I wanted to talk about in 15 minutes. So I want to wish everybody a wonderful rest of the day, and you have a great one.